Hi everyone. So how's your preparation going? So is it on the right track? Here we are, THiNC Institute of Design, just to give you some guidance and tips regarding the Nift Bachelor of Design examination. So especially this video is for those who are preparing for the Bachelor of Design program and the examination of Nift. So today we will be discussing on the Bachelor of Design examination for Nift. So being an Nift aspirant, you already know the syllabus, the examination pattern. So now it's turned how you are going to preparing for these kind of examinations. So what are the things you just need to take care of for preparing these kind of examinations, especially the Nift bdes examination. So like every design examination, so Nift examination also have its own pattern. So like NID, like uceed, also Nift have a specific pattern. So unlike these NID examination or the uceed examination, Nift examination has some difference you just need to take care of. In this video, we will be discussing some of the important things you just need to take care of while preparing Nift bdes examination. The first phase of Nift examination, which is the bdes examination, consists of GAT and CAT examination. So GAT, you already know, the general ability test, and the CAT, the creative ability test. So after these two examinations, there will be a certain cutoff and there will be situation test, and it is by combining these two phases marks you will be ranked accordingly. So about the general ability test, it's basically the part of Nift examination which tests your general ability skills. So basically the general ability test consists of the language section, there will be arithmetic aptitude, there will be GK section, there will be reasoning section. So these are the important subdivision of general ability test. So while we come into the language section, there will be different kind of topics in language, like comprehension. I think the most section, or the most of the part, the most of the weightage in the language section goes for the comprehension part. In the general ability test, the one major thing which you need to consider is the language section, because out of 100 marks for the GAT section there is 100 marks and there will be 100 questions. Out of these 100 questions, 50 questions come from the language section. So being a Nift aspirant, especially for the bdes, the language part of the GAT section is really important for you, because 50% of the marks goes for this particular section, the language section. Then what kind of topics, or what are the kind of topics which you need to be studied in order to score better score in language section? So like I said, there are 50 questions from language part. In that 50 question, 25 questions come from the comprehension section. So comprehension means there will be a passage, and related to that particular passage there will be questions related to that. And the most of the question which I have seen in the past years and the previous year question, for a particular passage there will be 5 questions. So that is the common way. One thing you need to take while solving the comprehension is the time. So time is really crucial, because the comprehension reading, that particular section is really time consuming. So the passage, the length of the passage, some passage will be smaller, some will be bigger. So you have to take care of the timing issue also. So you just need to practice very well in order to how to answer a particular question related to that particular passage. So there are different kind of techniques for that. So we can search for the kind of keywords in that particular question in the passage, or you can just entirely read the passage, but for that you just need to be quicker. So that is the major thing about the passage section. And in the communication section, see the other topics which has been included, where there will be question from antonyms, there will be synonyms related question, which is opposite meaning words or similar meaning words. There will be question in which you have to choose the correctly spelled words, that is spelling correction or correctly spelled words. There will be question from prepositions, there will be question from idioms and phrases, there will be question from sentence rearrangement. So in the past years, these kind of topics has been asked in the Nift language sections. So while preparing, it's better to give concentration on these kind of topics. Like passage, you definitely have to spend time on the comprehension, how to solve, how to solve these questions in a time bound way. And these kind of topics like antonyms, synonyms, spelling correction, sentence rearrangement, uh, prepositions, idioms and phrases, and these kind of topics, and plural, those kind of topics. So when we go through the past year question papers, you get a clear idea regarding what are the kind of question they has been repeatedly asking. So there is no new question adding to the syllabus, it's just the previous year category of question like the topics which I have mentioned. So you just need to spend little time on these kind of topics, like the major topics. So rather than spending time for unwanted topics, just to concentrate on previous year question paper and just write it down the kind of topics which has been asked and work on that. That is the best way to solve the language section. So the next most important topics you just need to take care while attempting the GAT section is the quantitative and the analytical ability section. So like I mentioned, from the 100 question, 50 question goes for the language part. So in the rest of the 50 question, around 35 questions come from the quantitative and analytical section. So what is basically asked in this particular part, in the quantitative and analytical ability section? Mainly there are several repeated questions, repeated in the sense the topic has been repeatedly asking in the examination, especially in the GAT section. Like in the quantitative section, so while we just subdivide the topics, so while we analyzing the previous year question papers or the sample question papers, we can see some general topics which has been repeatedly asking, the topics which I have been mentioning. So what are these topics? So in order to find these topics, you must need to go through the previous year question papers. We will just give you some important topics which you need to practice for while preparing for the quantitative and analytical section. So which are these topics? So mainly in the past years while analyzing these papers, the main topics which we have seen in these examination papers were average related question. There are average related question, a simplification type problems. There will be number related, simplification related problems. There will be a question related to percentage, speed, distance, time, work and time, interest, and train related questions. There will be question from statement problem. There will be series based question. There will be coding and decoding. There will be blood relation related question, age related problem, direction sense. So these are the major kind of topics which has been repeatedly asking in the Nift examination. So you just need to concentrate on these topics. You need to work on these kind of topics, practice more questions. So there are several question papers available in the internet also, and also THiNC Institute is conducting various kind of mock tests also for practicing these kind of questions and exams. So basically you just need to focus on some important topic rather than I mentioned in the language section, rather than studying some unwanted topics, spending time on some unwanted topics, rather more concentrate on the main topics which there will be sure question from. So for that also you just need to go for the previous year question paper. You just need to write down the kind of topics which has been repeatedly asking. Like I have mentioned the topics which has been repeatedly asking in the previous years of Nift examination. So like I will just say once more the common kind of topics which has been repeatedly asking, like there will be question from average, you can expect question from average, percentage, speed, distance, time, work and time. There will be question from direction sense, blood relation, age related problems. There will be number related question, number series or alphabetic series, coding and decoding. There will be simplification related question. There will be LCM and HCF related question. There will be profit and loss, and mainly statement related problems, like there will be a statement and conclusion, like that way. So mainly these kind of questions are repeatedly asking in the Nift Gat section, especially on the quantitative and analytical ability section. So the next section will be GK. So the weightage for GK section out of 100 marks will be 15. There will be, you can expect 15 question, 15 question from exclusively from the GK section. I think the most of the students have more doubts on the GK part. So what will be the topics they need to study? The topics of GK are vast. So considering an examination like design, like an examination like Nift, so which are the topics you just need to focus more on? So what are the kind of topics which you need to study. Like I mentioned, there are a lot of topics in GK section, so you just need to focus on some of the important topics for the last minute preparation. Like you cannot just by heart all the GK section, because that will be very hectic for you. So it will be better if you are just concentrating on some important topic and work on that. So that will be the most better option, because a subject like GK is vast. So you just need to concentrate on most of the important topics. You have to include the kind of topics which has been asked in the previous year question paper. So while I'm mentioning all these category, like whether it's language section, whether it's quantitative and analytical ability, whether it's GK, I'm mentioning a lot about the previous year question papers. So that is really crucial for preparing for an entrance examination, reviewing or get practice with the previous year question papers. That makes you more aware about the kind of category of question which has been asking, and it will just save your time for the last minute preparation. So that is the best choice, the previous year question papers. So coming into the GK section, so like we have just going through the past year papers, we just have found out the most important topics which has been, you just need to consider for your last minute preparation. So let's go through that particular topics. So some of the repeated questions were from the brand related questions. So there are different kind of brands around us, fashion related or accessories related. Being a fashion oriented institution, so the kind of question they have been asking in the GK section, it will be related to fashion oriented, art, and also the culture related questions. So basically the most common question which has been seen in the GK section of Nift were brand related question. They will just give you some product, you just have to identify the parent firm which produced that particular product, like that, the questions like that, and brand ambassadors related to that particular brand, like that. So these questions, and the product related, some product will be given, so you just have to find who is the producer of that particular product, like that. So these kind of question has been repeatedly asking in the Nift Gat section, especially in the GK section. Okay, so brand related questions are really important, so you just need to go through that. And also most important one thing is the tagline of the brand. So there are a lot of questions which has been asked repeatedly in the previous year regarding the tagline of certain brand. So the taglines are also really important in the exam point of view. So the next section you just need to consider is about the textile oriented questions. There are different type of textile all across India. So you just have to spend little time on the most important textiles all across India. So you just need to spend on most important ones, because there are a lot of textile and embroidery categories and types. So you just need to focus on the most important ones. And there will be question, you can expect question from general science questions. So it can be anything. So also like GK is a vast topic, general science is also a vast topic. So you can expect one question from general science section also, whether it may be a pure science related or means astronomy, like that, or something related to elements, like that. So you can expect general science question. You can expect one question from that section also. So there will be some question related to a personality, a famous personality. So it may be related to current affair or any other personality related question. And I think in the past years we just also seeing some question from the constitution, like the rights, like that. Constitution related questions are also seen in the previous year question papers. So the next thing is really important, the current affairs section. It's really important because in the Nift notification itself, in the GK section, they have mentioned like GK and current affairs. So they are just giving more importance to the current affairs also, how you are aware about the incident which is happening around you. So that is really important. So the current affairs is really important, and no need to buy out all the current affairs section. There are some certain topics you just need to concentrate on, like art and culture related current affairs. There are sports related or awards or new appointment like fields. So you can just little bit concentrate on these kind of topics, and also science and technology related current affairs. So that will be fine. So these are the major topics. There are questions from other topics also, because like we have mentioned, GK is a vast topic. We just cannot finish that entire topic within this particular time limit. So better you just keep on the most important topics. So one major thing you just need to take care of while writing the Nift bdes Gat examination is the negative marking. So you must have written different kind of entrance examination like NID or uceed examination. So NID have no negative marking, but uceed have a negative marking system. So like those examination, Nift has negative marking system. So for each correct answer, you will be awarded with 1 mark, and for each wrong answer, 0.25 marks will be deducted. Negative marking is really crucial while attending a competitive examination. So you just need to take care of that really well. So don't go for any kind of guessworking. So if you are confident with that answer, just go with that. So that will be the most suitable way. Otherwise, you will lose mark. So you just need to focus on not attempting or not going for guessworking. So that will be the most better way, because negative marking will really affect your mark and also thereby your rank.